Hi, so in today's video, we're going to be answering some questions about e-commerce in Nigeria. So this person is saying, what is the first email you send to customers for follow-up to build a lasting relationship that turns them into customers? Okay, so basically, this person is probably talking about what they call an email welcome series. Now, I have a particular video that is going to come out that is focused on email marketing for beginners in Nigeria, especially for e-commerce businesses. So subscribe or follow the channel so you're aware when that video comes out. It will come out in about maybe 2-3 days or 4 days, depending on when this video comes out. Anyways, now there's something called a welcome series, and what it does, it literally welcomes people into your business. Ideally, it should be between maximum of 2 to 3 emails, maximum. Some people would say, oh, stretch it to 5 emails, things like that. No, don't do that. 2 emails, I believe, is my sweet spot. And I say this because we need somebody to test this data out, but I genuinely don't think Nigerians read emails like that. If we could find a way to send people WhatsApp, do that instead. Nigerians love WhatsApp. Anyways, your first email that you want to send to them is introducing yourself, either as the founder of the business and why you started the business. So you can do this in a video format where you actually open a YouTube channel, record a video, host it there, and link that video into your what's it called now? The image that you use to send whenever somebody triggers a new subscriber flow in your business. If you don't understand what I mean by this, please just let me know in the comments that you want an email marketing masterclass, and maybe I'll just speed it up and post it online. Now, whenever you're writing emails and whenever you're doing anything online, you need to always focus on the person reading the email. It needs to be valuable to the person first. So whenever you are talking about your story of starting a business, you have to start that story from the vision of, we were thinking of you when we started this business, that sort of thing, right? So that's your first email. Your welcome series, that's it. Just introduce yourself to the business. Don't sell anything. What you can do is probably say, these are my favorite products. So let's put it into practice. And I think this is actually a bit long. I hope you guys are finding value from this, but let's put it into practice. So let's say you come to Damini Online, right? You come to daminionline.com. Now you join the welcome series. So I send you, my first email will be, hi, welcome to Damini Online. My name is Damini. When we started this particular business, we were looking to serve customers just like you. Customers that are looking to stand out and make their presence known through amazing beard care products, right? So you can see how I've made it to you, then I've turned it back to our business. And then you add a few words, leverage ChatGPT here. Don't worry. In part of the Scale 75 series, we're going to still do a deep dive on how to use ChatGPT for copywriting. But anyways, you then want to end it off by saying, again, remember I said do not sell. In your welcome series, your first welcome series, don't sell. Don't sell because people would unsubscribe, or worst case scenario, they will never open another one again, which is worse. So when you have them, when it's time for you to then talk about your product, say, oh, I'm not sure what you pick. However, this is my top 3 favorite product. And if you want to be smart, you can put your most expensive products there as your top 3 favorite products, right? So that's the first one in your welcome series. The second one is the sales one. That one, you go in heavy and sell that shit. So you tell them, hi, welcome again. Just to show you how excited we are to have you here. Here's a discount on us on your next order. How do you know the cost of your products, especially at the beginning? Because you can't really predict the cost of ads. So I have a costing calculator that I typically use. I'm not sure if it's part of the free resources. I think it's the RTV calculator that's part of the free resources. Anyways, I have a costing calculator that I use. So the product, so cost of product. So basically your cost of product would be, if you buy 1,000 pieces at 10,000 naira, 10,000 naira divided by 1,000 pieces, that's what. So you need a costing calculator to do this. For your ads, I'll typically say you want to project between 1,005 to 5,000 naira per product on your ads, depending. So you can use the RTV calculator to kind of calculate how much you would want to run as ads. So we do that with the revenue spend. I don't want to sound technical, so I'm just going to show this on the screen when I'm talking about it. Your revenue spend, let's say you're targeting a 25 million naira revenue spend, you would typically spend between 10 to 30% of that same revenue on ads. So I think 10% of 25 million would be 2.5 million. So 30% would probably be 7.5 or 7.49 or something like that, right? So that's how you calculate your ad cost. And you leverage it inside your costing calculator. You plan for it inside your costing calculator and have your profit margins and all of that. Hope that helps. Somebody asked me a question. What's your number one advice for a secondary school student trying to mix academics and business? Don't do it. But seriously though, you're in secondary school. Don't do that. Finish secondary school. Get into university. And I believe that university is where real life actually hits you, because most likely, depending on the kind of university you go to, there is no mommy, there is no daddy, there's just real life. Next question, how to manage customers and orders while I get my stock from AliExpress? It's a small business. So this person is probably selling products that they don't have access to at the moment. That's one of the most dangerous things to do. Because until product is in hand, that's very, 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 very tricky, because anything can happen. Life can happen. And then you're stuck with that debt. Debt by DEBT, just FYI. First one of the things I'm saying, so when it's going to. Honestly, I advise against it, I honestly advise against it. So what I've seen people do is they will start a dropshipping business, find a supplier that sells what they want to sell, and then use that supplier to start the business. And then when they are getting their own stock, they will just begin to sell from that person and make some small profits. It's a very good way to test whether a business would work or not, or a product will work or not. And once their product gets in, they just stop patronizing their supplier and sell directly to their own customers themselves. A lot of people start business this way. I think that's how the apprentice model actually works, in my own opinion. But yeah, that's probably something that you want to look at. If you don't have products in hand, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't sell wishes and fantasies, which honestly, that's what you're doing right now. Until you have the products in hand, try not to collect people's money. Now, this is a very interesting one. Aside tailoring and fashion designing, what other ways can I make money in fashion designing? You can teach fashion designing. That's pretty much it. If you're not the one sewing the product, you have to be the one selling the product. If you're not the one selling the product, then you can be the one teaching people how to use the product. If you're not doing that, then you can be the one financing people that need to sell the product or need to make the product. So nothing is stopping you from starting a what's it called now? A venture capital business or a private equity business, which is, well, you can start a business where you're loaning out money to fashion designers. Nothing is stopping you, right? But it's either you teach, because let's look at it. You are either the one in the business, doing the business, which is a service. You're either the one providing the service, or you're the one selling the product of the finished product. So you have designers or tailors that work for you, and then you sell what you sell. Or you're the one that is teaching people how to design. There's this lady I just came across recently. Amazing. I don't want to butcher her name, but I think it's Wani something, Funga or something like that. I don't want to butcher that name. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But yeah, I was looking at her page recently and I was like, wow, this is amazing. So when I went to her personal business page or personal page, she teaches people how to make bespoke tailoring stuff, dresses and all that. So if you want to get into the fashion designing space and you don't want to sew and you don't want to actually do any fashion designing, you can teach. But what's your pedigree? What's your proof of knowledge? Why should people come to meet you? That kind of thing. Answer that first before you start teaching. Because I'm talking about e-commerce here. The reason why people watch my videos is because I have an e-commerce business. I run an e-commerce business and I make millions from that e-commerce business. So that's like my proof of concept. And I have e-commerce businesses that do more than millions, but we'll talk about that later on in life. Somebody says, I want to start online and I want the idea of online businesses that work. I have a video I have a few videos. I have a video that shows you the simplest business to start. I have the video that shows you the fastest e-commerce business to start. And then I have two videos that show you millionaire businesses that can work. And then I have another video that talks about billionaire ideas that can work. Watch any of those videos. Ask me any comments in the comment section about how to set those businesses up. I'll be there. Anyways, that's pretty much what I'm going to answer in this. If you guys want more of these kind of videos, let me know. In fact, I will drop this what's it called now? I'll drop this form in the comment section and also in the description. If you want to ask any questions, just go ahead, drop your questions. And I don't know, you let me know in the comments if you're enjoying this kind of videos. This is the first time I'm trying this out. I don't know how you guys are going to respond to it. But yeah, if you want this kind of videos, you want to see more of this, fill the form, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll actually see you guys tomorrow. Peace.